Employment, lack of law enforcement and the government's failure to implement policy are some of the causes of an increase in human trafficking in South Africa. This is according to a number of speakers at UNISA's College of Law seminar on human trafficking. At least 2 cases of suspected human trafficking were reported in Cape Town last month and are being investigated by the Hawks. Masego Rakacha has more.
Human beings as commodities. That's one way to describe human trafficking. It's the action or practice of illegally transporting someone from one area to another for the purposes of forced labor or sexual exploitation. In most cases, victims are lured by people who promise them jobs which never materialize.
And the first thing that woke me up was one of those kicks in the stomach where you know you could lose your breath. And just being undressed. And my body goes in that state every time I stand in front of people. Every time. To being undressed, duct tape around my eyes, and crystal meth injections behind my knees by the veins.
Griselda Grootboom was just 18 years old when she fell victim to human trafficking and was forced into sex slavery. A trusted friend betrayed her by persuading her to come to Johannesburg from Cape Town with promises of a job. This friend was female.
It was women in the middle of the whole modern day slavery crime thing of sex trafficking and prostitution. And the women are the recruiters, the women are the groomers, the women are the ones that tells you what and where and how.
Advocate Zelda Swanepoel is a prosecutor from the Eastern Cape. She has succeeded in securing sentences for some of the human trafficking cases she's been involved in. Swanepoel was the prosecutor in a case last October in the Uitenhage Regional Court in which 2 women, Nombuyiselo Matini and Nolubaba Lomboya, were found guilty of abducting several young women and girls, some of whom had mental disabilities. The abductees were kept in a house which operated like a business, frequented by paying customers. Matini and Mboya were found guilty on 12 of the 19 charges they faced. Swanepoel says more dedication is needed in the fight against this crime.
As far as legislation is concerned, we've got the tool. It's there for the taking, it's there to be used. The problem is, and to answer your question, where are we going wrong? Unfortunately, we need dedicated capacity.
UNISA police practice researcher Marcel van der Walt has worked with the police before and was a Hawks investigator.
Human trafficking is well documented to be one of the most complex cases to investigate. It's laborious, it's time consuming, it's expensive investigations, and it often spans multiple geographical locations, not just provinces or in a country, sometimes transnationally. So I think we need to understand that we need one another. The police cannot do it on their own. They need the prosecution services. Interpol plays a big role, and obviously international law enforcement agencies.
While being briefed by the Hawks in August 2017, members of Parliament expressed concern over South Africa's low conviction rates for cases involving human trafficking of women and children. According to Parliament, over 170 women and children were abducted last year, but convictions were only secured in 9 cases. Officials here say although human trafficking is real, it's proven difficult to find accurate statistics on the crime in South Africa. This is because most cases go unreported and the underworld and organized nature of the industry makes it hard to keep record. Masego Rakacha, Pretoria.